Okay, part 3 of Fallout New Vegas. Last time we started doing some survival training stuff and the game like almost froze like 50 times. So, the Mojave Express drop box. When you go to these, you can deliver packages throughout the wasteland. Unfortunately, this is the only box we have right now, so there's nothing we can do about that just yet. So, let's head on inside to this building. Mister, do you have a slutty girl discount? I would not like to pay as much.
I've got if.
Okay, so let's see what you got for sale. Various weapons and ammunition. These GRA are Gunrunner's Arsenal weapons, which generally come fully repaired. And they're generally more expensive, but generally do more damage. So they're usually better. They're supposed to be, at least. These right here are attachments, or mods as they're called. This is also new to the game. You can mod them onto specific weapons. I'd actually like to have that, because we kind of need that bobby pin. We may need it, at least. Sometimes they only work for Gunrunner's Arsenal, sometimes they work for others. But they can be very helpful to have, depending on, you know... It just depends, but sometimes they can be very difficult, or very helpful, excuse me. So let's go ahead and do some selling. We don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need any of these. We'll keep the rest of that. I'm trying to decide which of these we don't need. Let's see. That thing's heavier. I'm going to get rid of it. We certainly don't need that. That thing's way too heavy. That lightweight metal armor is pretty good because even though it weighs 20, it does have that DT of 12, which is actually pretty good. I'm not going to sell any of that. I'm not going to sell everything just yet. I'm going to save some of it for later when we have a little bit higher barter skill. That's good enough for now. So we've got about 400 caps. Let's see what we can buy. I'm not going to buy any mods just yet. I don't really need anything just yet. I just wanted to go ahead and do that. So what we need now is we need to acquire some of this equipment stuff for making a thing. Yes, that was so descriptive. So yes, we need to make, we're going to be making healing powder, she's going to say, but first we need to acquire the ingredients. Now, I don't do a whole lot of crafting in this game. I just usually either forget about it or just don't feel like spending the time on it. But there are some really cool things you can make. Like, you can make some cool types of food and some really good types of, like, ammunition and stuff. And actually, I might be able to show you guys some of that right here. Right here, this reloading bench, this is where you can break down ammunition types for other parts, and then with that, you can make new ammunition types. Here is a workbench. Here you can recycle ammunition types in this game, such as energy cells. So we now have an energy cell, or you can convert different ammunition types to other types. Some of these are weapons, or some of them are just various healing items. So it's actually kind of a pretty cool thing. Like some of these, like that, I believe, are Gunrunner's Arsenal only. But there are some very cool things in there if you feel like spending time on them. I'd say that's actually one of the cool ones. That one's actually good for a Gunrunner's Arsenal challenge, but I'll probably talk a little bit more about that later. So since everything's still going to look all glitchy, seriously, why is it doing that? Like, it was not doing... Huh? What? What? I just took damage from a box. What? Right, I can tell this is gonna be an interesting project already. If it's glitching out this badly in the first 3 parts, I can tell this is gonna be a fun and interesting project. Oh dear God, God help me, this is not gonna be, something about this just doesn't seem good. I'm a little bit scared if I'm seeing the game glitch out like that. I just got hurt by a freaking box. Oh, another interesting thing. You can actually kill the birds in this game. They are only worth about 2 XP apiece, so there's no point of doing it. But if you feel like doing so, be my guest. Bloatflies, returning enemies from the first game. And as you guys can see, I have not done any sort of weapon stats or anything. I am not doing that in this game. You guys didn't really seem to like it that much in Fallout 3, and I personally didn't like it either because it just made more work for me. So it will not be happening in this Let's Play. But bloatflies are returning enemies. They're very, very weak. There's hardly any point of them being in the game. I'm going to go ahead and equip some armor, though, just for safety. Melee weapon, I am using this just because I want to conserve my ammunitions. If you hold down R1, you can do more powerful wind-up style attack. So keep out. If you go down there, that is basically Rad Scorpion territory, straight down there. There's a ton of Rad Scorpions down in that gully down there. You don't really want to go there just yet. Lamp right here and our grave that they dug us out of, apparently. Alright, you can dig up graves if you have a shovel, and it's generally not a bad idea, because there might be some stuff there. So if you have a shovel, I say go for it, even if it doesn't seem right. This is Fallout, man. Why would we be burying them with ammunition and caps and stuff that the other people could be using in the first place? Also here, though... Give me a second, we gotta find it. Coyote, tobacco chew, prickly pear fruit, barrel cactus fruit, those are all new. Let's see. This is what we're looking for up here. A snow globe. There are 7 of these in the game. There is a character that will pay 2,000 caps apiece for them. We will not be meeting him for a little while, but he will pay 2,000 caps for each. There are 7 in the game. They're not...
Yeah.
That was delayed. They're not the same as... what am I trying to think of? Of that... Is that it? No, that's not it. They're not the same as, like, the bobbleheads from Fallout 3. They don't boost your skills, unfortunately. But they do give you a fair amount of money, so I don't see any problem with them. So now that we have walked all the way up here, we're going to head back down to Goodsprings for fast travel, because I am lazy. And because this is faster. I mean, that's why they call it fast travel, guys. I mean, seriously. Well, I wasn't trying to sound condescending, because it's not meant to be condescending. Okay, so now that we're back... Geez, game, are you gonna freaking render the plants correctly anytime soon? Really? Alright, so what we want to do now is head over here. You can go into the various houses, but I'm just not going to because there's no real point of it. I mean, we're not robbing these people. I like Goodsprings. I don't ever take anything from them. They're good people. We don't need to destroy their village. They're actually a pretty functional society for that matter. Let's talk to this Securitron here. This is Victor.
Howdy, partner.
This is the one that dug us out of the grave.
Don't mention.
How'd you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still... Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascal.
Alright, let's just head out. We don't really need to talk to him too much more. I just wanted to talk to him a little bit. When we get here, we've got giant mantises. These are brand new enemies to this game. They're nothing special. They're basically pretty similar to rad roaches, which really don't even make an appearance in this main game. But, well, not really. I don't remember if they do. I don't think they do, that I can remember. It's just been a while since I've played straight through the game. So, yeah, we're going to head into the schoolhouse real quick, because there's a couple things we can do in here. Game did not freeze. Okay, good. In here, you can hold down circle to turn on your flashlight. So yeah, these things are pretty easy to kill though. They're usually 1 or 2 hits to kill them. Nothing there, nothing there. But we do have a bobby pin and a safe here. What we're going to do is lockpick. And of course it's going to take a minute to load because we have not lockpicked yet. Use R to apply torque with the screwdriver and L to rotate the bobby pin. So, yep, rotating the bobby pin. We got to find the sweet spot on the lock. Lockpicking is exactly the same as it was in Fallout 3. Man, there's a lot of stuff in this thing. Wow, that was pretty good gear. Broken terminal. Oh, okay, we can't hack it anyway. I was about to say we could try to hack it, but just so I could show you guys how to hack a terminal, but it turns out we're not going to be able to do that just yet. We'll do it later. There aren't nearly as many terminals in this game as there were in Fallout 3. That's why that trophy was reduced to only 25 hackings instead of 50. I don't need that. Bobby pin. bobby pin. And also another thing is, I'm not going to guarantee this being a no-death run like I did with Fallout 3. I can't guarantee that. It may, and I'd love for it to be, but I'm not making any promises because, like I said, New Vegas is a harder game than Fallout 3. It's not that much worse, but it is tougher, and because of that, I can't give you guys any guarantees. I will do my best to make it a no-death run, do my best to play perfectly through it, but I mean, nobody's perfect, and the fact that I did Fallout 3 flawlessly will always sort of sit in my head as being a great achievement. New Vegas is a harder game. If I don't do it perfectly, so be it. Not a big deal. Whatever. I'm taking a drink. Man, getting a little bit thirsty from all the talking. So, let's head over to this shack over here just before we go talk to Sonny. If we go into Victor's shack... Yes, let's just break into his shack. Breaking and entering. We sound like great people, don't we, guys? If we head inside, we've got a weapons repair kit, which is basically an alien epoxy, just not quite as good, and there aren't that many. They're kind of hard to get unless you make them yourself. Scrap metal, we're going to need some of that later on, but overall it doesn't have too many good effectiveness things in this game. It's not that effective is what I mean. Some good stuff in there. Ammo box, we'll take some more scrap metal. We will need some of it. You can sleep in beds, you'll get, XP bonuses and heal and stuff. Nothing else here. Yeah, that's everything. So let's head on out. Now, hopefully we can finally get back to our main objective. If you freaking freeze on this thing, I swear, if you freeze in the first 3 videos, I'm not going to be too happy. I mean, Fallout 3 took 72 videos to freeze, so this game better not freeze. Well, we get glitchy textures, but it's not freezing, so I'm going to be very thankful for that. Lad's life, I don't care. Those, by the way, you might be thinking, oh, you're picking up a ton of skill books, that's great, you can raise your skills. Those are not skill books, they are called skill magazines. They will only raise your skills, they will raise your skills 10 points or 20 with a perk, but only temporarily. There are skill books in this game, but they are very rare. There's only about 50 of them in the game this time around. There's like 2 or 3 for each skill. There's not very many, though. Which, speaking of skills, big guns was mixed in with small guns, and it was also... crap, I sort of forgot what I was saying there. Big guns was mixed in with small guns, and survival basically took its place, which survival basically affects what you can cook at campfires, and it also affects how much you can heal from food and drink. So, nice thing to know, I suppose. Any scrap electronics in here? Well, scrap metal. Well, we are going to need some, so I might as well take a little bit of it. We're going to need some eventually, so I would say it's probably worth taking. Nothing really there. Let's talk to Sonny.
What you got?
This is going to be healing powder. I never really make this stuff, though, because I don't really see a point of it.
Hey, that's not bad, see? Sometimes important thing to get is it's all the same. I
already showed you that.
I'm heading back. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy? She'd be
Alright, let's go meet up with her real quick. So that Sonny is not mad at us. Even though she won't be mad anyway, because she is a very nice person. Do 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 do. I just realized that my sound's up on my laptop. Okay, I don't know why I was checking that. So let's go ahead and enter the saloon. The saloon place thing. If I had a 25 repair, I could get a 25 millimeter, 9mm submachine gun, but I don't have a high enough repair just yet. I'll go back for it later. Oh, we can't steal that. That's stealing.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
What the hell is your problem?
You're the one that ran into me, huh? You ran into me. Ah, don't worry. He'll die later. Think by my hand, of course.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir.
Shh. I overheard your argument. What was
Looks
that
like
about?
a little town about a week ago. This trader, he
Let's not worry about that. We're not going to worry about that just yet, but basically it's, they're about to start fighting with the powder gangers. We'll worry about that just a little bit later. What happens
if you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, of course helping Ringo would also make the
Yeah, it's not exactly hard.
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep.
Oh, okay, trying to track down the
Not
convoy.
much, other than there are a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house.
Good.
Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident.
Did they say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept sounding like they came in from the north through court.
Quarry Junction is basically a very dangerous place filled with death claws, which are very, very dangerous in this game since there is no dart gun.
I didn't hear exactly.
But they're
the
also
leader
rare.
Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15.
Okay, so she helped me out there.
Sure, yeah. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on.
Okay, so we will help you out later on as soon as we can get the repair up, but my repair skill is not quite high enough just yet. So, with that, we have basically done everything we can in Goodsprings, which is awesome. Yeah, you get the little roulette wheel spinning. Alright, so let's see what we can do right now. We could go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start this quest, but first I just want to go ahead and talk to Ringo. I'm going to walk up to the gas station and I will see you guys in the next video at the gas station.